Welcome to the Boston Art Podcast,
Boston's premier art podcast,
where we talk art, culture, and philosophy.
My name is Theodore Earthworms.
And I am Brian Huntress.
Welcome to the show.
Boston Art Podcast.
So, what are we doing today?
I guess we could kind of cold open. We're just driving around a little bit in the freezing cold. The sun is setting. We're in Cambridge right now, here to see a kind of special art show. I don't know. What have you been up to recently, Theo?
What have I been up to? Well, not much. I've been kind of out of commission because I've been sick for 3 weeks now. Still haven't been treated for any of the things that I talked about in my last video, so I haven't really done very much because everything keeps getting canceled.
Yeah, and this is the first day you've actually been able to record because you were like completely...
I didn't have a voice.
Yeah, you were like having like insane coughing fits and you were ill.
I was coughing today, but I just had a tea, so...
Yeah, I feel like I've noticed last night and today you also didn't wake up coughing this morning nearly as bad. If you did,
it wasn't as bad.
Yeah, you've been like... You're finally getting better, which I'm very grateful for because, not to be selfish, but waking up to the coughing was pretty bad.
It's pretty bad for me as well, as the one coughing.
And it was so nerve-wracking because usually when one person has a cough, the other person promptly gets a cough. But I didn't get a cough, so I was like, what the hell is going on? If you're coughing like that, that's not happening to me, this is freaking me out.
I gained a little bit of weight back, like 2 pounds, but...
That's great.
Yeah. I don't like being so thin. It's not... My body doesn't feel as good as it should. I'm not in the healthy zone right now, so it'd be nice to get treated, but I still haven't gotten my labs back. Which is actually fucking insane. It's been like 2.5 weeks. 1.5 weeks, right?
I forget. Probably 2 weeks.
It'll be 2 weeks on Wednesday.
Definitely 2 business weeks.
No, it was the Wednesday before last. So, a week and a half. But
Okay,
still,
fair.
they're supposed to come back in like 2 days. They told me their fax machine was broken.
Yeah.
That's not, in my opinion, a valid reason. Like, if I was at work and I was expecting a really important email, and it was supposed to come through fax, fax.
And it related to someone's, like, literal health and well-being.
Yeah, like, I could die. Not really, but I could feel like I'm gonna die. And they just didn't receive it. Like, maybe scan it.
If
Take
you're
a photo
a
with your
receptionist at a doctor's office, try being a human being for once. Don't just treat people like shit and act like they're assholes because they're sick and they need help.
Like, you know what they could do? You could contact the blood work place, have them take a picture of my results with their cell phone, and text it to you. Like,
Text it.
I don't know. Just call me and tell me what it says.
Call me.
I've been calling so much. It's not on my portal. They haven't been answering the phone. And yeah, it's just fucking annoying. So, no, I haven't been treated yet. I am finally getting better from the cold that I got like 3 weeks ago. Which I got right after having norovirus, which I got right after having the flu, which I got right after having the cold. So, it's been
You've
fucking
had a bad
terrible.
luck winter.
So I haven't been up to anything.
Haven't been up to anything. We've got our art show going at New Dia and that whole situation. And it's been a cool show. Obviously, like, if you know us, it's been like a very interesting show and a lot of unexpected things have happened.
It's been eventful.
And we've been navigating that, but, you know, we're like keeping our heads up and keeping everything, you know, we're getting through it and making the best of it and having as much fun as we can, so.
And it's been a fun time. We had a really good opening. We hung out with some friends from the band Bullpup yesterday. We got food.
And that's all we'll say about that. But
if you know, you know.
It's been a lot of fun. We really like New Dia and all of their people, and it's been a nice time.
And they've been really helpful with helping us figure out the things that have happened. Like, they've been very communicative, so that's good.
But yeah, so yeah.
And that's all I'll say about that.
Also, you launched your Substack. Did you talk about this last time?
I don't know if I did because I was kind of anxious about it, but yeah, I finally just ripped the Band-Aid off and made a Substack. And I made one like last year, so you might remember me saying this already. But what I was trying to do then was write really polished, like, just general advice columns about art, and it just felt really BuzzFeedy, and I just felt like it was cringe, and I kind of hated them, so I just didn't post anymore and just gave up on it. And then a bunch of other stuff happened, and it's been like a year. But I just wrote a really long essay on my thyroid issue, which is just basically most of the stuff that I said in the last episode, but just a little more personal, more detail, just to kind of get it on paper, because I felt like I would want to see it later, and I thought maybe it could reach some people. I have found that a few of my friends actually have the same issue, which has been really interesting because I had no idea. I didn't know it was common. I knew people that had it. or that we're working through it still. So it's been really nice to find some community with that. And I also wrote, this is like so late, it's kind of embarrassing that it was so late, but I curated a really big art show in 2023. And my intention at the time was to do some writing on it and like write about why I curated it, what the art was, who was in it, like why I chose those pieces, why it was impactful, some pieces that I really appreciated, write about some artists that I worked with. But I didn't have time to because I was working an hourly wage job at the time and shit just hit the fan and life happened. So I wrote about that as if it was a present thing happening. I just wrote that for like posterity, I guess. So that's on there too. And right now we are checking out an art show. We're about to in Harvard Square at Behind VA Shadows Gallery on Linden Street in Cambridge.
Which is like, if you don't, we did an episode, what was it, like last year, a year or two ago, we talked to Yolanda and Cam about fanfare for clouds
as well.
Yeah, but it's for the uninitiated, it's like a really funny occurrence that I don't know if like other cities do this, but it's very much a Boston thing that I've noticed throughout the years. Is this like putting foot in mouth if I talk about why this gallery exists? Basically, I don't know why this happens, but I think it's in the zoning and laws in Massachusetts that a lot of the time a developer or big business moving into a property will be mandated by some kind of local law that they have to do something that benefits the community or like do something that is for community access. Like for example, the waterfront in Boston, I think a law is that businesses developing on the waterfront aren't allowed to block public access to it.
Yeah.
Like anything developed on the waterfront has to maintain the public being able to go and enjoy it, the views or the water.
A certain percentage of private space in certain protected areas has to be designated to public access.
Yeah, and a lot of the ways that they express that and fulfill that obligation is by making allocating space on their property to be an art gallery. And it's like, it's pretty cool because this is, I think, the third place that we've been friends with or been around that is a result of this kind of thing. And it's like, I never knew about it before until we got kind of more into the weeds and knowing more people in art administration.
Yeah, it's a really great thing. It's
like
changed our lives.
Dwayne explained it to me a while back, and I'm like, it's funny because I don't know, like I don't want to like talk out of my ass or like say whatever, but I'm pretty sure this is one of the the Behind VA Shadows Linden Street location is. It's like a part of the property of a bank.
Do we not know that for sure? Was that an assumption we made?
It might. Fuck. Is it an assumption? Do we not know that for sure?
I'm pretty sure that we know that for sure, but whatever.
Well, it's in a fucking bank, just in the window.
I'm pretty sure that we know that for sure, but whatever.
Yeah. If it's not true, sorry. And if you're getting all of your facts and news from a podcast of just two people talking in a car,
that's on you,
it's on
bitch.
You. It's on you. So fact check just the things in your daily life.
Whatever. So anyway, we're here right now because there's a show up that it's been up for a little while. I think it opened December 1st and it closes on February 4th, which is I think.
So we're catching it at the end.
Actually, there's a few days left. It closes on Tuesday.
This isn't gonna be out before that, so this is a final.
A final goodbye. But I've heard really good things about the show. I know a lot of my art friends either know this artist or have seen the show and really liked it. It's called Tired Cliches by Isola Murray. It's a solo show. I've never met Isola, but hopefully I will in the future. They are a really established artist that are friends with a lot of my friends, and their work looks really cool. We're here at the gallery now. I'm going to read you the write-up that I found online about what the show is and what the intention is. I'm going to tell you the artist's Instagram as well. It's Iggy Art Official, so that's IGGYARTOFFICIAL on Instagram. And again, this is Isola Murray. The show's called Tired Cliches. It opened December 14th of 2024. It's been open through February 4th, 2025. Tired Cliches is a solo exhibition by Isola Murray where nature and urban life collide. A cozy, chaotic household materializes, inhabited by a cast of beloved animal archetypes. Inspired by the way nature finds a way to thrive in cities, whether in a hidden garden or in a green space between buildings, Murray's work brings to life a playful menagerie of papier-mâché and mixed media creatures that hover between 2- and 3-dimensional spaces. So, I'm really excited to see it.
What did you feel from that artistry? This is puppets of animals?
I think so, or dolls. I've seen pictures online. It's a 3D space, but it's thinking about what I got from that artist statement is that it's thinking about the coziness of life in the city and the ways that nature works its way through in these man-made
in-betweens.
spaces. Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, finding ways for the natural world to thrive.
Did it say what the pieces are?
Yeah, it said like what
are
they're
they
made
clay
of.
or paper mache or fabric?
Yeah. It said a menagerie of paper mache and mixed media creatures that hover between 2 and 3-dimensional spaces.
Okay, fuck yeah. So we're literally just out front of it. So we'll just switch this over. Hello, and there we go.
Let's see what's up.
Yeah, let's check this thing out. We got people all over the place. It's a nice public gallery. And it's cool because maybe we can kind of get a feel for the. Maybe we could.
Show my t-shirt.
Oh yeah, white with the claws, the law. Yeah, I want to go up to the. So, you know what? You know what's the funniest part about this gallery, Theo? Is that in my mind, I don't know if this is the way it's meant to be, but in my mind, it's meant to be read from left to right.
That's interesting.
Like a book. Like I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at it from down. Oh, I'm like filming.
Unless it's what we just read.
Oh, okay.
It is different.
But maybe we could show the people the street real quick. So the cool part about this spot is that right in Harvard Square, whatever this street is, Harvard Square is right there. The iconic brick campus is right here as well. And
this gallery's on Linden.
yeah, so yeah, let's check out the show then, I guess.
Yeah. Should we take a look at this artist statement?
Yeah, will you read it?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention, this gallery is called 25/8 Art Space. We called it the Behind VA Shadows Gallery, but that's the collective that presents the work in the show.
It's 25/8?
25/8. Because this gallery,
yeah.
we should mention, because it's a publicly accessible space, it's on the sidewalk here, it's open all the time. You can come here in the middle of the night, 3 a.m., and see the work on view. The lights are always on. You don't have to go inside. You can just see it from the street as we are right now.
Can you hold this for a second while I zip up my coat?
Yeah.
It's also sub-0 degrees outside.
Well, it's like 30 degrees.
It's nothing Fahrenheit.
So, it's a solo exhibition by Isola where nature and urban life collide. A cozy, chaotic household materializes, inhabited by a cast of beloved animal archetypes. We read this. With a background in traditional media and a deep love for fauna and fable, Murray references the animals and plants tied to specific sites, drawing on their symbolic histories to create characters that feel both familiar and delightfully absurd. From Celeste, the no-nonsense horse who is the voice of reason, to Muriel, the gossiping sheep, to Algernon, the dandy goat, each character reflects Murray's fascination with personality and place. Tired Cliches invites viewers into a world where tired-old stories and familiar characters find new life. It's a celebration of nature's resilience, with humor in daily life and the unexpected joys of a world built on whimsy, wit, and heart. Isola worked at the ICA Boston as a visitor assistant and VA lead. So I think we've talked about this in past episodes, but for the uninitiated, Behind VA Shadows was founded in December 2021, and it's a public art project based at this gallery on Linden Street. It seeks to break down barriers between art and the public, extending artistic accessibility beyond institutional walls. They advocate for the recognition of working artists within art museums and institutions, valuing their dual roles as professionals and creators.
And put simply, this is like an art collective of having shows and stuff for people who work in museums.
And in galleries and any place where it's like hourly labor, to give a platform to their voices as artists, the reason they're there most of the time. Because they usually don't find that recognition in those institutional spaces.
Right. Shall we big send this?
Yeah. So this already passed, but they had a tea party here on the street. On the street inside the gallery, where people were drinking tea and hanging out in the gallery space, this little narrow hall, and on the street here.
Is this
So
Muriel the sheep?
Yeah, each of the puppets are characters. Muriel is a loud and good-natured ewe and is like an aunt to her roommates. She tells everyone's business to anyone that will listen, and Celeste cheery second in command.
And
So
I really
Celeste
like
is the
some of the
horse.
window detailing as well.
Oh yeah.
And there seems to be a chandelier that I enjoy. And it looks
I
like...
this little film too.
So is this Muriel?
It looks like it.
What sick vibes?
So the horse is Celeste. That's Celeste in the corner. And the goat is Algernon. Algernon is a dandy through and through. He has impeccable taste in all things, except perhaps his romantic exploits. His poetry is not very good either, but he makes up for it tenfold with his delivery.
I feel that, dude.
And Celeste is a formidable presence. She's right there. She's often the voice of reason and has been known to spend her evenings gossiping over card games with Muriel, a glass of sherry in hand. And
Drinking
Muriel's
sherry.
the sheep right here.
And there's the sherry. With flowers.
And there's a film here that shows the puppets in movement. It's really interesting.
Catfish, baby.
So it's nice because if you look at this from a zoomed out perspective, it's like a little house. Like it's an apartment in this first scene. And then we have two more window sections down here. This is Coriander. He's a great listener and a house full of chatty animals. Thus, they're everyone's favorite. They always smell nice and generally provide a soothing presence in any room they enter. And I really love, there's some really nice detailing on this puppet here. You can see the paint on his face and it looks like a hand-sewn hat. It looks like all their clothes are hand-sewn, actually. They're
Yeah.
all handmade, I guess.
We got a mirror up here.
Yeah, it's a little bedroom scene.
Yo, that's us.
And the detailing on the walls changes color in the scene to match the interior space, which is kind of a nice detail.
Oh, okay. So they did some painting in there.
Oh yeah, the walls are different colors too. I didn't even notice. It adds to the effect of them being different rooms.
So it looks like these are our final two characters. Do you
No,
want
there's more down there.
Oh,
So,
shit, yeah.
So Florian, I'm not sure which is which, but Florian
Must be the dog.
is a great hobbyist of the house. They collect stamps, coins, and corks, and have been known to lose entire weekends to a puzzle. They're a generous soul, though often distracted by their own musings. And we have a nice, did you get a shot of this fireplace here? And there's a scene with the characters in the house up there, which is kind of nice.
Come on, you fucking thing.
It's not working.
The gimbal. Fuck. I have to like point the camera upside down. Hey, come on, I don't know how to use the
I
camera,
think you
okay?
can do it manually.
There it is.
There you go.
Can't fucking zoom in on it because I'm an idiot.
And then we have another character here, Delia. Delia is the eldest daughter in temperament. Oh, in temperament, she's the eldest daughter. She gives great advice, but never takes her own. She reads stories to Coriander every night, sometimes putting herself to sleep first.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get the camera under control and it's not working.
Can you move is it a touchscreen that you can move?
Oh, look, no, we're back. We're
Okay.
good, we're good.
So look at
We're
these
good.
details on this coat here. This is really gorgeous.
Shit.
Really, really nice detailing. Really interesting bullet structure in I think this is Delia, the bird. And gorgeous painting on the Florian's face.
Okay, sorry for the distraction.
It's okay. Brian, you parked on the curb.
Oh shit, I didn't even notice I did that.
Can you get a shot of that, please? For posterity.
I parked on the curb, okay? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Alright, we have a third window here. This is the last window in the show. And we have Monique. Monique is a lover of finer things. She shares Algernon's eye for fashion and is a firm believer in overdressing for the occasion. She's just a touch vain, but honestly, can we blame her? I really, really love this. I think she's a bee. Like a bee and an ant, it looks like. Absolutely gorgeous. And then we have Laverne. So I think that's the ant here. Laverne is Monique's partner in crime. With 6 legs each, the two have developed a dizzying version of patty cake that they play constantly. Laverne loves to dance. And it looks like they're in a bathroom here. We have a nice little night sky, which is interesting because I feel like if there was another show that had a moon in this window, maybe it was the one to the left. That was Brett Angel and Yutong Shi's show. What's the name of that?
I forget.
It was a really nice show though, and it had a giant moon in the window, so it's nice to see that echo. And then lastly we have Septimus. Septimus is deeply sensitive and easily excitable. He's a gifted chef and frequently cooks for the house. He's more than a little ridiculous and beloved by all who know him.
And there is like a brass fly.
Looks like a door knocker. This is really lovely. This is a great show, and I'm sad to say that we missed the tea party because that's probably a really fun time. But yeah, I also love that it looks like this is a hand-printed curtain right here.
Oh yeah. So what do you think, Theo?
I think it's great.
10 out of 10?
Yeah. I think that it's a really nice use of the space because it's an interesting gallery. Like it's very skinny. I don't know if you can get a shot, like a long shot down that, if it'll let you.
Yeah.
Like you can see, it's really small. If you were to go in the door, like in the gallery space. If you can see on this like little corridor here, the gallery's really skinny. So it's a really nice use of space. Like this interior thing you can experience from the outside. It's like there's different rooms in an apartment. Like it's been sectioned, the half wall is taken off. So it's really cool. Like we have the little bathroom here. It looks like a living room area there, maybe a bedroom at the end. It's nice. It's very immersive. And the puppets are really well made. I want to know if they're dolls or puppets, like if they move.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. Oh, well, they have strings attached to different parts of it.
Oh, right.
I mean, this one seems like it's actually a puppet because that isn't part of its like rigging. It doesn't look like it's holding it up.
Yeah.
And I think these are they seem like puppets to me.
It's really wonderful. I love the fur on them. I think it's Monique, the bee. And the embroidery on the skirt, that's gorgeous. I wonder if that's a found item after it was made by the artist. Very, very cool.
You want to walk back up to the front?
Yeah. And again, this was done by Isola Murray. The show's called Tired Cliches.
Great job, everybody. We love. So hopefully this audio is good and it doesn't sound like shit. Hopefully the camera doesn't fly off the dashboard because I get brake checked.
Yeah, we're driving. The gimbal for some reason is focused to the left, but that's okay.
I did feel a little bit disappointed in myself in our first video episode while driving a car because I was a little bit concerned that I was just like, it looks like I'm distracted driving.
You were a distracted driver? Or you were
Yeah, like I was like, I'm worried that this isn't best practices, holding the mic and driving.
I was saying that.
Just saying, like, I think that maybe that's on me.
I was telling you that.
Yeah, I do regret that aspect of that episode.
Yeah.
So
this is on the dashboard. It's
on the
stationary.
dashboard. You are our camera tech right now, so you're responsible for it.
I wonder if the video is shaky because the tripod is shaking a lot. It's on our dash.
I think doesn't it like exist to prevent shakiness?
I think so, but I'm wondering because they're fast shakes if it's actually doing that. I can't tell. But it's
doesn't
not.
matter.
It's totally fine. We just saw Isola's show. We went to record an outro.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about that too much, but I don't know, like, I think the show is really good, and I really love the gallery. And it's just like, one thing that I will say positively, just besides everything that we already said, is that the thing is with Boston art is that there just isn't really any place. There isn't many places in Boston where you can show just different shit.
Yeah.
Just like weird stuff. Not even to say that Isola's art and these puppets were particularly weird.
But even to see puppets on view is unusual.
You're not going to see puppets at a gallery. You're not going to see that much. You're not likely to see paper mache sculpture at Boston Sculptor Society or whatever that, like, Harrison Ave fancy sculpture places. No hate to those people, but they seem to have a very high standard for the type of sculpture that's in there.
It's all about ceramics, it's all about paintings, that kind of thing in galleries around here usually.
And all of the SOA galleries typically are very fine, decorative abstracts. No hate to those people, that stuff's cool. And all the Newbury Street is neo-pop art.
Yeah.
And modern paintings. And it's like,
it's just very narrow lanes.
that's also fine, but it's like, you're like, unless it's some, there's a lot, like, I've been to countless DIY art shows that are at a house, a basement, an art space, and you'll find crazy shit there. You'll find paintings of fucking, I don't know, just crazy different shit. This shit,
shit.
I caught it.
Good job. That would have been disastrous. Oh shit. Did it stay recording? It did. I'll just hold it.
Yeah, you hold it. So the camera fell. But at art spaces and DIY spaces, you're gonna see all kinds of different shit. So here's the thing that's interesting about this. This is a kind of a bad part about galleries right now. Is that when you are online and you are looking at art, you are seeing the same art that you would see in DIY art spaces.
Say that again?
Okay, so when you're scrolling through Instagram looking at art,
oh yeah,
you're seeing paintings, funny
Richie Culver, text paintings,
like memes shit posty,
ceramic vases,
fucked up stuff, creepy stuff, abstract stuff, like different shit that's like actually made by real people.
And it's cool.
That's what you see on your Instagram feed and on TikTok. But when you go into galleries, you don't see that stuff.
That's true.
And that's why you see things that are a lot more museum-y. They're a lot more high end.
Not even museums do more experimental than galleries do.
They're very decorative, or it's pop art that looks like it should be hanging up in a vape shop.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, just saying, like, super hyper realistic painting of like a stormtrooper ripping a vape.
It's like Chester the cheetah fucking a piggy bank.
Right, or yeah.
Blowing like smoke circles, but they're actually Cheerios.
This is a ripoff of a different podcast that I don't know the name of.
Yeah.
But I saw these fucking people on TikTok. It was so funny. But their podcast, they were doing a bit where it was they were creating Banksies, where the bit was, all right, new Banksy, it's a stormtrooper shooting heroin.
That's so funny.
Or like new Banksy, Mickey Mouse riding a treadmill, but the wheels are made of money. New Banksy.
Are you making these up right now?
Yeah, I'm just making them up. That was like the bit they were doing, so it was really funny, and I wish that we thought of it, honestly.
Yeah.
I wish that we thought of it. Whatever.
It's a good bit.
But that's the type of, it's either, in Boston at least, or from my point of view, you're either seeing high-end decorative art that is whatever, that's not good or bad, or it's neo-pop art.
And there's so much more out there. Like, I think this might have been the point you're going to tie into, but Isola's show was really cool because it was in the middle of Harvard Square, and it was puppets, and it was like an interior space. You guys just saw it, but it was so different than what you would normally see. So I think it's a really valuable thing.
And the thing is that, and the thing about, the reason that something like Behind VA Shadows is cool is because it isn't about, are these puppets better or more interesting than something on a gallery in Newbury Street? Or is the Newbury Street better than what you would see in a space like that? It's not about what is better or worse or whatever. It's just about, I heard squeaking. That was you.
Sorry.
It's about what is just different. Like, these puppets this is what I feel when I look at something from like VA Shadows, is we're hearing the voice, we're seeing a perspective from somebody who wouldn't be in like a viral Instagram reel or in a gallery.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, the shit in the galleries, it's selling. People are making money, these artists are successful. Congratulations. But it's also not appealing to most people. Most people like something weird. They like little sketches on notebook paper. They like paintings by their friends. They like, I don't know.
Maybe it's difficult to say though, because that's what a lot of creative people and a lot of like weird fun people like literary types, arty types, whatever. But somebody who just like, if you have a condo in the Seaport and you want to put up art but you don't really care what it is, you're not going to buy a puppet. You know what I mean?
But compared to the amount of people that like art, that just like to look at art, versus the people that own a condo in the Seaport where they can buy one of those paintings and put it in there.
Yeah.
That is like the difference between a grain of sand in the galaxy.
But the reason that these galleries do this is because they're for-profit spaces. Like, they want to sell that art to that small demographic of people that are going to spend like $3 million in a painting.
And you know what? That's great. I would like to have $3 million as well. I want to do that. I want money. I like money. I like success. No hate to anybody. But if we're talking about purely just enjoying art and having human connections and experiences, I don't feel like most people get those in that context.
Yeah.
You just don't get that.
I'm saying I feel like those galleries aren't for everyone. They're not for everyone. They're not a reflection of the average person, because it's the reflection of 10% of the population, you know.
And that's, I don't know. And it's just like, I think that people hearing us say this, and most people who would say what we're saying would usually be saying it as a way to be like, yeah, and so with that being said, fuck those people. But that isn't necessarily what we're saying. Like, I'm saying all of this like clinically, like where they exist for different reasons. They're for different audiences, and that isn't good. It isn't bad. It just is what it is. I don't know. It's the same. It's like you can buy a silverware set from Williams Sonoma, or you can buy it from Walmart.
Yeah.
And I don't know, that's not a good analogy, but I'm just saying.
I just think that it's so important to have spaces like the 25A gallery because, and there are a few of them in the city. Like, it's not like it's unheard of, but I don't think it's given as much space, and it's more difficult to have a space like that because it's not a for-profit space. It's just an altruistic area where people can really express themselves, and you can see some really unique work that is being made for the sake of making it.
For the sake of making it.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about, right? Like, that's what every artist does. Like, maybe you have like a line of work that you make just so you can sell it, but there's something that makes you do it just because it's fun to do it.
And also, too, just in case, this is like, I have no idea if this is true or not, but it's also, we don't know Isola or anything about their art. It's possible that those puppets are in galleries right now.
That's true.
And that, who knows? It's like,
it's not a reflection specifically on this show. It's just, we're just talking about the world at large.
Yeah,
like, it's difficult to show stuff like that. And I thought it was this is to say that it's so exciting to have seen a whole exhibition of this work.
It's just cool. Yeah.
It was awesome. And they were really well made also. Like, it's not even like these were just like shitty puppets or something. Like, they were incredible. Very well painted, well dressed. And great personalities written out.
And
it was
another
a whole
thing
story.
too, for people that don't know how much work goes into something that simple, where it's just a window with some art hanging up at the end of the day. It's just some art in a thing and you get to look at it. But that is like, it is very deceptively simple, where it takes so much coordination, planning, logistics, nerves, emotions. Like, it takes a lot to do these things. Yolanda, who is a big part of the behind the scenes and setting all these things up, is an amazing person. The volunteers and the people involved with VA Shadows are great people. And I know because of that, the artists involved too are also amazing people. And it's like, I've done a lot of art shows, and I'll fucking say it, I've worked with some fucking bonehead people.
Yeah.
I've worked with some fucking idiot people, or people that made my life hell.
Yeah. And there are mean people out there.
And you know what? It fucking ruins the whole experience. And it is like not, what am I trying to say? I'm just saying, like,
the people you work with are important.
I'm on a tangent. I don't know if I had a greater point to that.
I think that it's true. Like, I think it's just a space that is so special, and the people involved with it are so special, and it's so sorely needed.
You can tell, it's like when they say that this pie was made with love. Yeah. It's like, I feel like that, a show where it's clearly done by friends. And
this pie was made with love.
And it's like, for all we know, that was like, this show was like,
they were like fighting the whole
horrible
time.
Turmoil and nightmares.
Everyone's mean.
Yeah,
that's not true. I know that's not true because I know some of the people involved. I don't know the artist, but everything. The reason I went to the show is because so many people had such wonderful things to say about the work and about Isola as a person. So even though I haven't met them, I feel confident in saying that they're probably wonderful, and I hope that we get to meet them soon.
We don't know nothing about nobody.
Yeah, I literally don't know this person, but I'm pretty confident. Pretty confident that they're nice. If they do puppet tea parties, it'd be insane if they were a bitch.
Oh my god, I did like that. Could you hold the camera? It might fall again.
No, it's fine. I've been monitoring it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm having a lot of thoughts and feelings about art shows and galleries and organizing in the past 24 hours. A lot of thoughts and feelings that I didn't want to be having. Yeah. Because of like, personal reasons and stuff. But like, I don't know. I just appreciate anybody that puts in that work and they do it with love and care and create a great show where everybody involved was treated right and happy and it went well. That's like, I think if you can accomplish that and give somebody an opportunity to have a great show and have fun and get to, I just love that. So that's all.
I just want to say too that something that I learned in the past couple of years that I don't think I fully understood that I felt until now. I think there was a time in my life where I felt like I could deal with it if somebody that I worked with was like horrible, and I would just figure it out because opportunities are few and far between and it was worth it. But I don't feel that way anymore, and maybe that's a privilege of being established enough. I've been doing this long enough that I can say that, but I don't want to be in any space or work with any space or publicly endorse any space that doesn't make everyone feel welcome.
Yeah, fucking absolutely not.
It's just fucking dumb. There's no room for that. It's 2025, and I'm not doing it anymore. Not that I've knowingly really done it, but it's not. That's something I'm looking out for, and I'm going to be more upfront about it.
I think, too, something that I was talking to you about last night, Theo, that I would love to go over again is, like, something... Could you hold the camera? I'm going to park real quick. Something that... You can put it back now. I just wanted to make sure it didn't slide off. But in the music world, with bands and with music venues and bookers and promoters and this and that, if you don't like somebody, or they fuck you over, or they do something wrong, or something goes badly, people fucking say it.
Yeah.
People will fucking get right up in your shit. If you did something shitty, or you fucked somebody over, or something went wrong, it's not like this professionalism and respect and benefit of the doubt. There's none of that. Like, people just be like you fucked me over, I'm never working with you again, fuck you. And then they tell everybody, don't work with that person, they fucking suck.
Yeah.
But I've noticed with the art world, people don't really do that. People are very, like, people save face a lot. People are more like, oh, well, we don't know what happened. Like, people are very, like...
They're very profesh.
But I don't know if that's a good... I don't know if being, like, aggressive and canceling people and freaking out for the music people, I don't know if that's a good thing. But I don't know if the art world saving face and not saying anything is a good thing either.
I don't think that people don't say anything, though.
I think it should be somewhere in the middle.
I think that it is in the middle. I think that people get canceled in private rooms. I think that we're new to being in those rooms. But I'll just say, there's somebody that I've worked with recently, not like super recently, but whatever, who has never said my name. Never working with someone like that again.
Can you explain more what you mean by that?
Someone who just doesn't respect me because I'm a woman.
Yeah.
At all, and has made it very clear, and like says sexist shit all the time, and has never ever said my name. And I don't have to say who that is on the recording, but we'll never work with that person again, and I will never work with anyone who treats me like that again. And I didn't really plan on doing it. I didn't really know that I was in that situation until it was already happening, but like, it's fucking 2025, you know? And not just that, I could say more about that, but whatever.
I did 2 art shows in 2024 where I overlooked things unknowingly, where I felt like someone or something about the show was wrong. You know what I mean? Where I felt like something was weird and I did it anyway. And that bit me in the ass both times. Both times that I did that this year. This previous year, it was a mistake.
Well, the thing is, it's hard to know, like, you gave an example recently where, like, if you're playing a show and the guy who booked it is kind of like a boomer and he's an asshole, but you get to play the show and then you can just never think about it again.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's fair. Like, opportunities are few and far between. You don't want to be blowing up your shit. It's hard to get into a gallery at all. It's hard to play a show at all sometimes. And it's like, you don't want to shit where you eat, if that makes sense. But it's also like, there's a certain standard where if I'm going to go in a space and my friends are going to feel unsafe, or I'm going to feel disrespected, or like, if the person you're dealing with is a fucking piece of shit, we didn't know that until we were already in it, in any of these situations, but you do have to pick and choose.
Yeah.
I don't know where the happy medium is. I haven't quite figured that out yet, but
I think it's a hard lesson because, like, I mean,
we've also worked with some amazing people recently. Like, I don't know.
I mean,
we've had some really good opportunities as well.
I don't even think you have to say that because it's just like, of course we have. Like,
Well, I don't want to just, like, you know what I mean. Like, I'm keeping it in perspective.
If you think we're talking about you and you're not sure, you're probably wrong.
Yeah, if we were talking about you, you'd fucking know. You would absolutely fucking know.
You're probably wrong. We're not talking about you. Whoever you are, mystical myth person.
If you didn't talk to us, like, today, it's not you. Don't worry about it. And we're being vague because there are other people involved that didn't really do anything wrong, and I don't want to, like... It might be something that can be resolved, but what did happen that can't unhappen is that something fucked up occurred, and somebody acted in a way that was completely out of line and belonged to, like, 1945. So, I don't know. You can kind of, like... Whatever. If you're mad at me, like, suck my dick, actually.
Description of what happened.
It's true.
But it also is the year that World War II happened, so it also makes it sound like...
I said what I said. All right.
Anyway, whatever. I think we should put a pin, or like kind of...
We should stop talking about this.
I think we need to stop, yeah.
I'm just like, just my takeaway though is that I have a litmus test, and this is so fucking bad, and it's like embarrassing that I even have to think about this. But if I'm at a gallery opening or a networking event or something, and I'm with Brian specifically, like if it's me in the context of being a woman in a straight relationship, I'm actually not binary, but you know, people think what they think, and they don't look me in the eyes, not doing a business transaction with them. If they talk to my boyfriend and don't talk to me about things that involve me directly, if they don't call me by my name, have never spoken my name after months of working with them, that person can literally choke to death. I'm not really, but you know, I don't know. It's just like, it's sad that I even have to consider this. And then I can handle that. I don't want to handle that, but I was in a position before I was like, this is a good opportunity. This person literally fucking sucks and treats me like shit, but maybe it'll be fine. And then one of my friends had a negative experience as well, and that it's kind of on us, kind of on me for allowing them to be in that space with that person, but I thought that it was what was for the best. And I'm just like done with that desperation mindset, because we'll still get fucking shows if we don't work with pieces of shit.
Well, it's kind of funny because this is a different take on the famine mindset, because...
It is famine mindset.
Because the famine mindset that I've heard people talk about with art and entertainment world is that usually the perspective on it is that it's usually about jealousy, where they think, oh, like my friend got very successful, and they feel like now they can't be successful, or all of the success has been sucked up.
Not enough
and
to
it's all
eat,
gone now. But that isn't really true. Like the idea is that like just because something got something that you don't doesn't mean that success has now been taken out of the earth and you can't be successful. That's usually what people see that as. But there's an inverse of the famine mindset, which is,
if you skip an opportunity, you'll never have another one.
Yes, you jump on everything. This is so fucking ironic, but whatever.
I want to be so clear also, we are not talking about Behind VA Shadows.
Yeah.
Not them. Never ever them.
Yeah, we love VA Shadows, and we didn't mean to bury this conversation in a review of this person's show.
This is not anyone that we have ever...
I almost wonder if we should edit these into different things.
No, I think it's fine.
Okay.
I'm reflecting on this because I'm reflecting on how important it is for art spaces to be so positive and inclusive, and to allow the artists to express themselves and to really advocate for those artists. Like, I'm saying this in contrast to how special this exhibition was, and how special that gallery is, and how special I know that collective is and those people. Like, Behind VA Shadows, 25-8 art space, I will back them till I die. It's not that. But on the flip side, there are a lot of situations where, as an artist, you can be used for a lot of different things. And it's just, you just have to be careful. And sometimes it doesn't look like it's a bad situation, or if it does, it looks like it's not that bad. But I'm just saying, if you're anybody, but especially, actually no, if you're anybody, if you're entering a situation where you think someone's a piece of shit, and then you bring your friends and your people into that space, and they treat your friends like a piece of shit, we should have prevented that. Like, if they were going to be a dick to me, they were going to be a dick to everybody else, right? And you have a responsibility when you're curating a space. Like, we are events organizers, we do shows and stuff, and it's like, just because I can take it on the chin, I wasn't really taking it on the chin, I was still actually really offended and upset about that, but just because I sucked it up doesn't mean that everybody else I know has to do that, or that they will. And it shouldn't be that way, and we should actually just not work with people that act like that. Not that I've said what happened, but...
We'll talk more about it eventually, but...
when it's resolved, it's still in motion.
Whatever. You know what else I wanted to talk... Do you feel like there's any...
No. I could bitch about this for more, but I don't need to.
Well, it's a subject change a little bit, to go back to the VA Shadow show and the puppets and stuff. Is that, like... I felt like... I was kind of wondering while we were, at some points, what we were trying to accomplish. And it's just, like... I really like the idea... Like, you know what's... Like, I have had so many art shows where the only evidence that it even happened is just, like, a flyer.
Yeah.
I like, forgot to take any pictures. Nobody took any videos. Like, I just had an art show, and then it's just erased from history because I didn't document it at all.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's a nice way to... Like, because, like, we're trying to find our voice with arts journalism in some ways, where we were talking earlier about, like, what does it mean to review a show?
Yeah.
Should we be critical? Do we want to do that? Why would we do that if, like, we...
And what kind of criticism is acceptable? Like, are you doing constructive criticism, or are you just saying what you hate?
And we ultimately decided that we actually don't want to do that at all.
We've never wanted to do that.
Yeah, we don't want to criticize anybody. We just want to just talk about stuff that we like and just look at cool stuff that inspires us.
I'll make a comment occasionally saying that I wish something was included, or that, like...
And that's like, cool. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like...
I don't know. I don't even know if I do that on the air, though. I might not.
Exactly. And I think there's nothing wrong with not doing it. I think maybe it's good to not do it.
To connect it to what we just said, like, there are so many people... Unfortunately, maybe it's not so many people. We just had some bad experiences, but there are people in the art scene that thrive on that negative energy and are trying to be dominant, if that makes sense, and, like, play the most shows or have their gallery, like, loaded with people or, like, sell. But they're doing that by, like, kicking other people in the knees on their way up. And it's like, that was a really scattered analogy, but I don't know. I just think that there's so much need for positivity and support that it's a much more important calling than to say what sucks about something when somebody was just making it from the, like, actually from their heart. Like, no matter what show you go to, there's a curator that worked on that, there's an artist involved, there's a few artists involved. Somebody presented it, somebody wrote about it, somebody paid to the fucking walls. Like, it's... Somebody worked hard to make that happen. Usually to no end or no financial means, just to make it happen. And if you go there and you shit on it, like...
I think about that a lot with, like, a vegetable or, like, a food that you're eating. Like, if you think about, like, if you're eating, like, an avocado, can you imagine the journey that avocado has been through?
Yeah, more than me.
The amount of people that have interacted with it and harvested it and planted it and transported it. And so, like, it's literally, like, been on, like, a journey across the continent.
And then you just
before
leave it on
you
your counter
ate it
too long. And
and then you fucking let it rot in your fruit bowl by accident. Or make, like, disgusting, whatever. No, but, like, it's, like, just, I think that art shows are the same way, where there is many, many people behind it, and many, like, tons and tons of invisible work that went into it.
Absolutely.
Just like a vegetable.
Yeah.
You know?
I just think it's better to be positive. I don't know. This is, like, kind of like a duh thing to say, but I think especially in this moment, in this time, everything that's happening politically right now with IDEA and inclusion, like, there's just so much negativity, and to put it lightly, everywhere, that if you can be a supporter of others, if you can create opportunities, if you can be welcoming and make people feel safe, that's, like, one of the most important things you can do right now.
Yeah.
And if you can offer people paid opportunities, that's even better, but not all of us can, so... I don't know. There's enough fucking pieces of shit in the world, you know? Not that you're a piece of shit if you do art criticism, but...
Something I think about a lot, too, I was talking to you about the other day, is... I think about this a lot because of recovery and addiction treatment and stuff. Mm-hmm. But... This is, like, weird to think about, but... It is so easy to like, you can fucking destroy your life in 5 minutes.
We've seen it.
1 minute.
We've seen it recently.
You can fucking you can ruin everything and make the sky fall on your own head in 45 seconds. But you cannot do something good in that same amount of time. You can't, like, change the world and help hundreds of people and make a positive impact in 5 minutes. There's no instant gratification with positivity. It is so hard. I'm not saying it's hard to do good things like I'm a villain or something. I'm saying it
takes longer.
It can be kind of counterintuitive to be doing it, because, like, to do a good thing, because doing a good thing is often a labor of love that takes time, and you're farming and you're tending to something and you're doing maintenance and you're like slowly building something, versus doing something like you're pulling a slot machine, betting on a sports game, punching someone in the face, doing drugs. Like, these are instant things that happen. You get a result right away, and it's weird how negative things are instant.
Yeah.
But good things take so much time.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's a weird way to... Maybe there's some holes in that I'm not seeing. That...
Who do you think were the people in Hitler's art critique?
In Hitler's art critique class? And,
Well, you know how you have crits in class?
Yeah.
Somebody talked shit to him.
No, didn't he not get into art school? Wasn't
I thought
that the
he
whole
dropped
thing?
out of art school. Didn't
I
that
thought
be
he was
it?
a hobbyist and they rejected him from getting into art school.
That might be.
Yeah.
Maybe
God
that's
damn
true.
it, Hitler. You should have tried harder at art.
At art. God damn it, Brian.
I've noticed that on the internet, people refer to him as Mustache Man
Ew.
as a way to circumvent the algorithm blocking you from talking about World War II Hitler. Like, because if you talk about him in content, it blocks it and can get you censored.
Do I look really weird?
No. Everything looks weird on the little monitor, but when you actually put it on a real screen, it looks pretty good.
I bet I look weird.
I think we should wrap this up because I'm gonna go into the store and pee and buy an item real quick.
Petco?
No. Shit. Don't tell them where we are.
Guitar
There's
Center?
a CD in here.
Oh, what's this CD?
It's Brian Fitzgerald's album, Brian the Constructor. It was a
That's
cool album.
probably been in there for a long time.
It's been in there for like months.
I don't think my CD player works.
It
Does
does.
it?
We were listening to this album on it.
Everybody knows that's what aliens sound like.
You didn't know your CD player worked?
No. Maybe
Of course
I just
it
put
works.
volume down or something. Yeah. I don't know. Great job, Isola Murray. Great job to the curators of that gallery, Yolanda Higang.
Good job, people.
Good job to everybody that worked on that.
Like a
And-
vegetable.
And thank you for being a good person.
Yeah.
It's hard out here.
Okay, friends. Boston Art Podcast. I hope this was productive and whatever.
And fuck you to one guy specifically.
Boston Art Podcast. Boston Art Podcast. Bye.